Look at here. So I'm just creating a simple example. So if you don't know the condition, for example, then how can we use while loop? While loop without condition. While loop without condition. Only while loop it is possible. In the rest of the loops, we have to specify the condition, okay? So in the while loop, without having condition, how it is possible? Just observe here, I am writing one while loop, and here I am keeping true. True means what? Every time the condition is true, right? So here I can say, okay, let me print CISO. I'm just printing something called hello message I'm printing. Okay, fine. And here, what I said, okay. So let me take one value int I equal to, let us say 100. Let's make it I equal to, let's say 1, starting from 1. Int I equal to 1. Okay. Now normally if you want to print this hello message 10 times, what is the condition you will put? I less than or equal to 10. So this is a condition you will put. So when I execute this, it will directly print 1 to 10 numbers or so. See, we are not put incrementation or decrementation, so infinite loop. So we need to increment I value by 1. So if I execute this, it will print hello message 10 times. Perfectly fine. Suppose here I don't put any condition. Okay, let's keep true. That means what? Every time the condition is satisfied. Every time the condition is satisfied, right? If I execute this, what will happen? When I say true, here I++ I'm not incrementing also. So then what happens? What happens? It will go to infinite loop or not? It will go to infinite loop. Keep on printing hello messages. So why it is going to infinite loop? Because we always making condition true. We always making condition true. That's the reason this statement is got executing. Even if you put I++ also here, still it will go to infinite for loop. Still it will go to infinite for loop. Why is it so? Because even though we are incrementing I value here, we are not checking the condition based on the I value. We are not keeping the condition here based on the I value. Right? So every time this condition is true. So still the statements are executing in infinite times. But now my scenario is, based on certain condition, I want to break the loop. Based on certain condition, I want to break the loop. Okay, I want to break the loop. Then how can we do that? See, as soon as you said I++, here I will put one condition. If I value equal to let's say 10. As soon as I value becomes a 10, then what I will say here, I will use something called break statement. Break. Then what happens? What happens here? So first condition is true. Hello is got printed. I value keeps increment. Before putting this if condition, what happens? It will go to infinite for loop. So the same message is got printed n number of times. Even though this I value is incrementing, it is not considering because the condition is always true. Condition is always true. We are not making this condition false at all. So after that what I have done, suppose if the I value is equal to 10, whenever I value becomes a 10, then I break the loop. So what is a breaking is a jumping statement actually. So that will come out from the while loop. So if we execute this code, observe this. See, only 10 times it is got printed this time. You observe, only 10 times it is got printed. So what exactly happening here is, even though we are not making this condition false, actually when this while loop should be exited, when the while loop will be exited, if this condition is false, then only the while loop is got exited, right? If the condition never false, never become false, means it will go to infinite loop. But what I have done here is, I am not making this condition false, but still I am exiting from the while loop. Without making this condition false, still I am coming out from the while loop. How I am coming out from the while loop? Because of this condition. But here I don't know how many times I want to repeat. I don't know how many times I have repeat. So I don't put any condition here. But still, based on certain condition, I can exit the loop. Based on certain condition, I can exit the loop without making this condition false. That means what? Even though we don't know how many number of times you want to iterate, still you can use while loop. But other loops it is not possible. Only in the while loop it is possible. Okay? So, if you know number of iterations exactly, directly go with the for loop. There is no secondary question. And if you want to execute the statement without checking any condition at least once, go with the do while loop. And if you don't know how many number of times you want to repeat the loop, then go with the while loop. And simple generic example I'll tell you guys, you can easily understand. Take two different type of vehicles. I'm taking bike, bus and flight. 2-3 different type of vehicle. Okay. So if you want to travel by bike, what are the things you require? If you want to travel by bike, you need to know where exactly you are starting, source location. You have to know where you are going to travel, destination point you have to know, and also you need to know how much of fuel you have in your bike. So you have to know source. Whenever you are traveling through bike, you will know all these things and you have to plan accordingly. So you know where you are starting, you know where exactly you want to go, and how much fuel is required to reach the destination. So all three things you will check, right? So if you know these three things, means what? Starting point, initialization, incrementation means destination point, and condition. All three if you know, directly can go with the for loop. This is a for loop example actually. If you know all these things exactly can go with the for loop. Now, suppose if you want to travel by bus, what is the criteria? You no need to buy any ticket for that, right? So directly can get into the bus and then you can buy the ticket. You can directly get into the bus and then you can buy the ticket. That means what? Do while loop. So do while loop we could directly execute. Once the statement is got executed, then condition will be verified. So same thing will happen here. If you want to travel by bus, you can directly get into the bus. After that you can buy the ticket. Means what? Without checking any condition, at least you are executing statement once in the do while loop. We can just relate the scenario. That's the reason I'm just giving this example. Okay? So if you want to travel by bus, you don't need to buy the ticket. That means you don't need to satisfy the condition first. You can get into the bus and then buy the ticket. Buying the ticket is what? Satisfying the condition. Same, in the do while loop also we do the same thing. First we will execute the statements and then checking for the condition. Now if you want to travel by flight, if you want to travel by the flight, you have to satisfy the condition first. You have to satisfy the condition. Means you have to buy the ticket first and then you can get into the flight, right? That means what? While loop is preferred. While is nothing but first condition will be satisfied. Then statements will be executed. Same thing. If you want to get into the flight, first we need to get the ticket and then you can get into the flight. Just relate that example. Just you will understand based on this example. I'm just giving some example like this. Okay? So if you know source, destination, fuel, everything clear, and then you prefer the for loop. That means what? You have to know initialization point. You have to know the condition. You have to know the incrementation part. If you know these three things, directly go with the for loop. There is no second person. Directly can go with the for loop. Okay, and if you want to execute second statement without checking any condition, then directly go with the do while loop. And if you want to satisfy the condition first and then execute the set of statement, then go with the while loop. And also, sometimes if we don't know the condition, in those cases also, we can go with the while loop. So with this example, I hope you get clarity on these three different looping statements. But 80 to 90% of the times for loop will be preferred. That's the first priority. Second one, while loop will be preferred, some cases. And do while loop is very, very rare case. And we never use do while most of the times. Okay? So these are the three different type of looping statements. So is this clear, everyone? While loop, do while and for loop. I will give you more number of assignments today based on these looping statements. You have to practice them. Okay, now let us jump to the last one, jumping statements. We have jumping statement, break and continue. Very simple, very easy. You can use them along with the looping statements itself. So jumping statements. So we have only two statements, break and continue. So break we have already used in the switch case statement. That is the jumping statement actually. So today we will understand more about this. Break and continue. So these are the two statements comes under jumping statements. Okay. So let me show you how to use them. And so most of the times we use these two commands along with the looping statements or conditional statements. Okay, break and continue most of the times. Not continue, break is especially used for conditional statements as well as looping statements. But continue statement most of the times we use only with the looping statements. Okay, remember that. So I will show you an example. Simple example. Let's go and create a new class. First, let us start with the break statement. Take this main method and then finish. Break statement. Okay, now I will write some piece of code here. You guys can tell me what is the output of this. Okay. For I'm directly writing one for loop. Int I equal to 1 initialization, I less than or equal to 10 condition, I plus plus, incrementing I value by 1. Okay, now here if I print, okay, so here I'm keeping one conditional statement. If I value is equal to 5, if I value equal to 5, I'm using break command here. And if I value not equal to 5, then I'm trying to print the I value. Now tell me the output of this program. What is an output? Just guess it. So the for loop contains the if condition. So I'm trying to print 1 to 10 numbers. But inside this I put one condition, I equal to 5. So what is an output of this code? Okay, let's try to execute and see. Run as Java application. So we got 1 to 4. Even 5 is also not get printed. After 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all numbers are got skipped. They have not printed. Only 1 to 4 is got printed. See how it is going to work. Initialization point is what? 1. So what is our intention here? 1 to 10 numbers I want to print. 1 to 10 numbers because I put condition 10, right? So 1 to 10 numbers I want to print. That's my intention. But internally, what I am doing, this condition is filtering basically. Whenever I value become 5, means what? 1 is got printed, I equal to 1 condition not satisfied, 1 is got printed, 2 got printed, 3 got printed, 4 is also printed. But as soon as I value become 5, what happens? The above condition is true. The for loop condition is true. 5 less than or equal to 10 is true. So it is entered into the block. But here what happens? 5 equal to 5 becomes true. That means if condition become true, satisfied. Then as soon as this if condition is satisfied, then what happens? The break command executed. What this break command will do? This will exit the looping statement. It will basically break the loop. Okay, break command will break the entire loop. So as soon as I value become 5, I'm breaking the loop. It will come out from the loop. If it is come out from the loop, these statements will never repeat again. As soon as you break the loop, the next statements, whatever we are having repeat for repetition, those statements will automatically skip. So basically it is jumping out from the block or it is breaking the loop. That is the reason we call it as a jumping statement. We call it as a jumping statement. I'll repeat this. Guys, once you go to the next topic, don't repeat the previous one. If you want to repeat the previous one, just hold on for some time. I will clarify that, okay? So just focus on it because if you are still thinking about the previous one, you cannot understand the current one. So currently I'm explaining something different, right? Break is a totally different concept and you are asking about previous example. Wait for some time, I'll come to that part. Okay, so I'll repeat this once again, just listen to this. Initial what is an I value? 1. It will enter in condition is also true. Now come inside. If condition not satisfied, so I is got executed. So here 1 is got printed. Then I plus plus. I value becomes 2. 2 less than or equal to 10. Condition is true. Inside the block, if condition false. So this statement is got executed. 2 is got executed. Next time I value 3. Again if condition is false. So I value executed 3. Third round I value 4. Again if condition is false. So here print statement is got executed 4. Next time I value 5 here. And this condition is true. Even if condition is also true. Whenever this if condition becomes true, what happens? The break command is executed. That will exit from the for loop immediately. if the break is exited from the for loop and the rest of the numbers will not be executed. Even though this condition is still there, but the break command is jump out from this for loop. It will not go to the further values. Because as soon as I val equal to 5, immediately we are coming out from the looper. If come out from the loop means what? Rest of the numbers will not be executed. Okay, so this is how it will execute exactly works. The break command, basically it will jump out from the program. If you want to break the loop, even though we have multiple iterations here, see 1 to 10 times it repeats actually. But how many times it is repeating now? Only 4 times. How it is possible? Because based on the condition, we are breaking the loop. Based on the condition, we are breaking the loop. Okay? Understood, guys? So how it is exiting the for loop? As soon as this condition is satisfied, the break is got executed and that executes the for loop and rest of the values are not printed. Okay, so if you print the I in the same break just below the break statement. Okay, now let us see this. What will happen? You guys can tell me the output for this. If I put this I value inside this break, after the break, then what happens? What happens? I just remove this. It is a giving syntax error. Means what? After breaking statement, we should not execute any other statement. Okay? Because the break itself will exit from the loop, right? It will jump out from the loop. So this statement will not be valid statement. After the break, this is not a valid statement. Unreachable code. This is the error you will get. Unreachable code means what? As soon as we have exited the break statement, next statement will not be contained. So even though if you write another other statement, that is not considered. So Java will give you syntax error. So you have to make sure that after break, you should not put any statements. Okay? So when you execute this, it will execute only 1 to 4 numbers. Just a second. Just a moment, guys. Let me remove the points. It is going to coverage model. So guys, understood about the break command. So how we can exit the loop even though the for loop condition is true. So this condition is true. I less than or equal to 5, it is true. But still, the if condition is causing the break. So it is basically breaking the for loop. So continue is another statement which is exactly opposite of this. Okay, now let me just copy the same. The last example, continue statement. Continue. So same code, instead of a break, I will just say only continue. So now you tell me what is an output of this. Continue. Now what is an output of this? 1 to 10 numbers I want to print, but whenever I was equal to 5, I say continue. Whenever I was equal to 5, I say continue. Okay, now observe this output. When I run this code, it is printed 1 to 10 numbers, but you can see 5 is got missed. 5 is got skipped actually. 5 is not got printed. The rest of the numbers it is printed. So why 5 is got skipped here? So just observe. So whenever the first starting with 1, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, there is no problem. But as soon as I value become 5, so if condition true, if condition becomes true. So as soon as this if condition is true, then continue will directly go here. Okay, continue will directly go here. It will not print. See, as soon as I value become 5, continue will execute. Continue will directly jump to the incrementation part. So this statement is ignored. Especially whenever I value becomes 5, the statement will not execute. So 5 we will not get. After that I value becomes 6, right? So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, this condition never match. So obviously it will print the rest of the number, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Only in case of 5, it will continue this. Only in case of 5, the statement is not executed. And rest of the numbers it will go and execute. Okay, now I want to skip 3, 5 and 9. Now tell me how to write the condition. I want to skip 3, 5 and 9. 3, 5 and 9. 3 numbers I want to skip. Simple, can change the condition. I equal to 3 or operator, or I equal to 5 or I equal to 9. So what happens whenever I value becomes 3? Continue, go to the next number. Whenever I value equal to 5, skip it and go to the next number. Whenever I value equal to 9, continue and skip it. So except 3, 5 and 9, you will get all the numbers. 3, 5, 9 are got skipped. 3, 5, 9, all 3 numbers got skipped. That is called continue. So continue is also jumping statement because we are directly jump to the next number. By ignoring the current value, we are going to the next number, next level. So as soon as the I value becomes these 3, 5 or 9, jump to the next number. That's called continue. But the values will not print them because the print statement is outside of this if condition. So values will not be printed. As soon as these values are satisfied, then it will go and continue to the next number. So that's how we can use continue. So break and continue. So these two statements most of the times we use along with the looping and conditional statements together. Okay, simple examples. So in the coming sessions, we will see so many examples. Almost in every program we will use looping statements, jumping statement, conditional statement. We see so many things. Okay. So this is all about control statements in Java. So what are all the control statements in Java supported? 3 types of control statements we discussed. One is, first category is conditional statements. Let me summarize. Conditional statements. So what are the conditional statements in Java supported? If condition, if else condition, nested if else condition, switch case statement. If condition, if else condition, nested if else condition, switch case statement. And second category, looping or iterative statements. Looping or iterative statements. While loop, do while loop, for loop. So there is another flavor of for loop is there, so that we can use with arrays concept. Tomorrow's session, the next session I will explain about enhanced for loop. And third category, jumping statements. Jumping statements. Break and continue. So these are called jumping statements. Okay, guys, understood? So yesterday I have given some assignments on conditional statements, right? So today I will give some more assignments. When you come to the assignment part, very, very important assignments. Most of the interviews, people will ask this type of questions. I will also give the solution here. You can just go through it, okay? Now the first assignment. Reverse a number. The first I will also just give the clue on this. You guys can try to use. Reverse a number. If I give some number as an input, our program should reverse it and provide the output. For example, when I say 1, 2, 3, 4 is a number, the program should display 4, 3, 2, 1. Whatever number we have given to the program or whatever number we have declared, the program should reverse that number and provide the output. That is called reverse a number. Okay, here we have to use percentile operator, slash operator, equal. So these are the operators which we have to use along with the looping statement. So for every program there is an internal logic is present. So we need to first understand the logic. If you know the logic, you can easily build the program. Even during the interview also, even if you're not able to write the code, at least you have to explain the logic. So I'll tell you simple examples. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4 is there. And how we can reverse the number? Through programmatically. How we can write the logic? Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4 is my number. So what we need to do is, we have to take, this is actual number. Okay, so we need to take one variable, a temporary variable, let's say number. Or you can say reverse number. Okay, this is the number. Actual number is this one and reverse number. So from the actual number, we need to first capture the last digit, 4. Get this digit and add to the reverse number first. And then remove this number. And next capture the 3 and concatenate here. And then remove this number. Then the next number is 2. So get the 2 and add it here. And remove this 2. Next one 1. Get this number here, add it here and remove the 2. So now number becomes 0. As soon as the number becomes 0, we have to stop getting the numbers. Now finally you will get the reverse number here. But here 2 things are there. We are doing 2 things continuously. What is this? We are getting the last digit every time. After getting the last digit, we have to remove this number. And rest of 1, 2, 3 will be there in the number. After getting 3, we have to remove the 3, then 1, 2 will be there. After getting 2, we have to remove the 2, then we have 1. After getting the 1, we have to remove the 1 also, then number becomes 0. As a number it becomes 0, we have to stop repeating the loop. So 2 things are happening here. Capturing the last number and removing the digit immediately. So to capture the last digit number, we use something called percentile operator. And to remove this last digit number, we use something called slash operator. By using the combination of these 2 operators, we can capture the last digit and remove the last digit. So we need to repeat like this till the number value becomes 0. So this is actual logic. So in detail I have explained in this video. I have given the video link also. You can just go to the video. I have explained how to reverse a string in very simple manner. Or try yourself first. While we have to use the looping statement along with the operators. Okay, so just go to this video. You will understand how to reverse a number. Very, very popular program. Most of the Java interviews, people will ask this type of question. Reverse a number. Now the next one is palindrome number. Whenever we provide a number as an input, after reversing this number, if we get the same number, that is called palindrome. For example, I say 1 to 1. After reversing, you will get only 1 to 1. So this is a palindrome number. So you need to find out if the number is palindrome number or not through programmatically. This is again related to reverse number. If you know how to reverse a number, after reversing, compare original number with reverse number. If both are equal, then you can tell number is a palindrome. If both are not equal, number is not palindrome number. So this is actually enhancement code of the previous one. If you know first we need to reverse a number. After reversing the number, then we have to compare reverse number with original number. If both are equal, we can decide which is a palindrome number or else no. So in this you have to use conditional statements plus looping. Also looping statements also you need to use. So I will provide the link later here. So you can just try it. Because you can easily do it. Because what is the difference between first one, second one? Here you need to additionally add one if condition. Because you want to compare original number, reverse number. For that you need to additionally add one if condition. Otherwise, rest of them exactly the same. Now the third program. Count the number of digits in a number. Count the number of digits in a number. Suppose if we provide some number like this. And how many digits are there in this number? Total number of digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 digits are there. So the programmatically you need to tell how many digits are there. Total 6 digits are there. Similarly, if you provide 10 digits number, the program should say 10 digits. And again, this is also related to the first one. So we need to capture the last number every time and we need to count. So here you have to use again looping statements. And this is the video link I have given how to count number of digits in a number. You can just go to this video. And these are all assignments, guys. You have to practice it. You have to do your own first. And then to get understanding, go through the video. Next one. Count the number of even and odd digits in a number. So, in the previous example, we have to find total number of digits. But in this example, we have to find total number of even digits, total number of odd digits. And if I look at this number, how many even numbers are there in this? 2 is one even number, 4 is even number, 6 is even number. So 3 even numbers are there. So 3 even numbers. And how many odd numbers we have here? 4 and 5. 2 odd numbers we have. So 2 odd numbers. So we have to get output like this. Print the number of even numbers, number of odd numbers. This is the video link. Go through it. Now the fifth one. Find the sum of digits in a number. So this time, we are not counting in the numbers. We are finding the sum of digits. Means what? 1, 2, 3, 4 I have given. So it will find sum. 1 plus, 2 plus, 3 plus, 4. Total is 10. Like this, you can give any number of digits. Even if you give 10 digits, it will find sum of all the digits. And finally, it will give you total of or sum of all the digits in a number. And this is a video link I have provided. So you can just go to the video, then you can understand it. Okay, so these are the 5 assignments you have to do based upon today's concept and yesterday concepts. Conditional statements and the looping statements. So by using these 2 type of statements, you can practice these examples. 5 different type of assignments are given along with the solutions. So video links also are given. So go through and finish this. Okay, so this is a one assignment. So you will get a lot of time tomorrow and day after tomorrow during the weekend. So before coming to the next class on Monday, so please finish all those things. Take your own time and spend good amount of time because you will have a lot of time during the weekend. So spend amount of time and then finish all these things. Okay. So otherwise it will be very difficult to understand the coming sessions. So you have to practice this, you have to complete this before coming to the next session. So I will see all the solutions in your Google Drive. So I already told you how to upload all the solutions in your Google Drive. So once you have done the practice, upload everything in the Google Drive and then I will check during the weekend what is done and what is not done. I will recheck once. Okay. So before attending the next session, you have to practice all these things and get ready with the next concept. So that is our plan. Okay. So then I will stop here for today's session and we'll continue in the next session.